And we're live, everybody. Welcome back here for stream number 2 tonight in the doubleheader for college basketball once again, as we are back to number 14 Oregon Ducks on the road taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils for this game. Big thank you all who joined in the last game, as Iowa just got the victory over Ohio State in the last one earlier that just wrapped up about 10 minutes ago. So we have about 16 minutes left to go in the first half. Joining in progress, Pac-12 for sure. And this one, Vaughn, as we welcome him back onto the channel. Hey, welcome in, Forrest Ewald. Thanks so much for stopping by, as he's an Oregon fan back in the chat. I don't know anymore. And Tristan putting out the game UConn Temple going into double overtime. Crazy game. So Arizona State on the court going left to right. They're in the yellow uniforms with the maroon numbers and letters. And Oregon going in their dark colored green jerseys with a yellow letters and numbers for this one. That jumper, the key goes down for the Sun Devils. They lead 6-2. So we got 15 and a half left to go. Mickey Mitchell with 2 points, 2 steals so far for Arizona State, Oregon. With the basketball at the left wing, passing this one off to Shakar Houston. Back out to the top now to Pritchard. With the basketball, deep three. Peyton Pritchard puts it up. No good off the mark and rebounded by Arizona State. Sun Devils with the ball with Verge. Verge now, dribble drive, inside, puts it up, and it goes up and in off the backboard for 2 by Alonso Verge. Hey, welcome back into the channel. I'm Patel. Thanks so much for stopping by here. Hello again, as we got 15 minutes left to go in the first half. If you guys are new, hit the thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe button, as I call play-by-play here of basketball and behind the arc basketball on YouTube. That shot no good by Oregon. Rebound by the Sun Devils. Arizona State passing to the left wing. Dribble drive. Inside, reverse handed layup. Got rejected by the bottom part of the rim. And the rebound right back over to Oregon. Pritchard, right wing, passes back on the top. That's a three taking the Ducks off the mark. They're cold from the floor shooting right now as it gets rebounded by the Sun Devils. 14 and a half left to go in the first half. Hey, what is up once again? XFL Hype. Thanks so much, brother, for stopping by again. Hey, welcome in, Ryan. Thanks so much once again for stopping by. 14:20 remaining. Arizona State deep three, left wing, no good off the mark by Romello White. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. And it was last touched out of bounds, I believe, by the Sun Devils. So it should be Oregon ball right after this break. So right now we go to the first TV timeout of the game in this one. Arizona State up 8-2 early on. Oregon shooting a very low 1 for 10 from the floor to start out this game by the Ducks. Peyton Pritchard with the only shot that's gone down so far. Arizona State in this one is 3 for 8 from the floor right now. Leading scorer so far for the Sun Devils would happen to be, in this one, Rob Edwards, the senior from Detroit, already with 4 points in this game. Do I see an upset here? I'm going to go actually with Arizona State in this game. The Sun Devils are desperate to get into the tournament. Right now, they're like borderline to get into the tournament. Probably a number 12 play-in seed. I probably most expect Arizona State to get play-in game once again as a 12 seed or an 11 for one of those games on a Tuesday or Wednesday night for the third straight year in a row if they do get it. But that's the typical Bobby Hurley squad the past 2 years for Arizona State. I do see an upset in this one to help out the tournament resume for the Sun Devils. In this case, they're 17-8, 8-4 in the Pac-12. And this Pac-12 conference got a lot of teams right now in the bubble. On the wrong side of it right now, Stanford, USC, taking on Colorado for a crucial matchup, and I do not believe they got Okongwu in that game tonight, by the way. Thanks so much, your regular gamer. Yes, back on the channel. What is up? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. Yep, I covered Iowa against Ohio State right before this. Thank you so much for stopping by once again. Right now we're just on break, so if I had to predict this game, I would go in an upset. Actually, Arizona State looking solid at home. They're 10-2 this season on the bubble, and this team is desperate for wins against quality opponents. They don't really have any big quality wins. The best win is against Arizona with a 22-point comeback. The final was 66-65. Oregon ranked at number 14 in the nation. The Ducks have a record of 20-6, 9-4 in the Pac-12 so far, but this is where they struggled on the road so far this year. They're 4-4. On the road, they got 4 wins by a combined 14 points on the road, a 1-point win at Ann Arbor against Michigan, a win at Utah by 5, a win against Washington in overtime by 3, and a win at California by 5 points. In the road games that they've lost have been a road game at Washington State. They lost by 11. They also lost at Stanford by 10 points. for Oregon. They also lost at at Oregon State by 10 points, and also lost at Colorado back on January 2nd, 74-65 by 9. Hey, welcome in. Hello again, Patrick. Thanks so much for stopping by, bud, again. Right now, we're just getting ready to go back to this game right now. Arizona State with a quick 8-2 lead. If anyone's new here to the channel, feel free to hit the like, the thumbs up down below, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to join the Discord as well, as Ryan put that in the chat. Thanks so much for the link, guys. We have a Discord now over on the channel. 14 minutes left remaining in the first half. And Oregon's got the basketball. Pritchard has it, top of the key. Passes over to the right wing into the hands of C.J. Walker. Walker hands this one off. Duarte going into the key. Lots of contact. Puts it up too high off the backboard. They tip off the offensive rebound over to Mathis. He takes a left corner three. It is off the mark and gets rebounded by the Sun Devils. Sun Devils with the basketball. It gets stolen away. Oregon with a steal. Puts up the shot. And we get a lot of contact. It's going to count in a foul, as they'll go to the free throw line and shoot one. 8-4 to score. One shot coming up by the Ducks. So Oregon will shoot one here coming up at the free throw line with Chandler Lawson. He is 65% on the season. Lawson's shot, it's up and it's good. Arizona State leads by 3. The Sun Devils have the basketball. Inside dribble drive with Verge. Verge, basically the 6th man off the bench this season, as he averages 14 points per game. He dropped down 22 off the bench in the win against California back on Sunday. Verge's shot, though, no good off the back iron. Rebound Oregon. Ducks with the basketball. Top of the key, Mathis moving towards his right. Hands it off to Walker. Walker now. Top of the key, back over to Pritchard, who sets up the offense. Peyton Pritchard dishes it back outside. They move it. Low post over to Walker. Ball tipped out of bounds, though. Last touched by the Sun Devils. And it stops the clock with 13:11 left to go in the first half. Oh, that's not a good sign. Number 5 for Arizona State, Elias Valtonen. He is down right now, and it looks like he's going to be headed over to the locker room. Looks like a lower body injury towards possibly the knee area to Elias Valtonen, the sophomore from Jura, Finland. Oregon has got the basketball. Pritchard at the right wing. Step back three up in the air. No good off the mark by Pritchard. Tipped around in the key. Rebound by the Sun Devils. Arizona State with the basketball. They pass it over left corner. Takes a three off the mark. Tipped up in the air. Rebounds right back over to Oregon. Ducks with the ball once again. 12:50 left to go in the first half. They take it past the half-court logo now. Now into the hands of Duarte. Duarte swings it over to Richardson. Back over towards the top. Into the hands of Mathis. Mathis with the basketball right wing perimeter. Anthony Mathis, 12:40 left to go. 15 on the shot clock for the Ducks as they trail by 3 early. Passing over to Walker. Moves it out. Richardson takes a three. It is up. He is good. Ties it up here at 8 apiece. 6-zip run by Oregon right now in courtesy of Will Richardson, who drops down the triple for the Ducks. 8-8 to score. 12:20 left to go in the first half. Arizona State with the basketball, dribbling, top of the key. Passes over now to the left corner, bounce pass. Low post for Romello White. White inside, puts it up, and that will be an offensive foul by the Sun Devils, and a low post off a push-off by Romello White, and the ball goes right back over to Oregon. I did not put you in timeout, actually, Ken, so it was actually not me. 12:11 left to go. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure hit the thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe button as well, as I call play-by-play basketball and Behind the Arc basketball on YouTube. Hey, welcome in, Noel71. Thanks so much for stopping by again. I appreciate it. Miami Canes all day, trying to make a logo. Know any websites or how I make my logo? I did all mine in Paint. It's a desktop app. It's called Paint. It's an application. I was able to do it through there. I found like a silhouette figure of a clip art of the basketball guy, and then I was able to do the perimeter stuff with the boxes and everything through the Paint setting that they have. They have different types of shapes in the Paint setting over on the PC, but I believe every single computer has that. 8-8 the score. Ooh, no. Arizona State, there's a player injured right now on the key for the Sun Devils. Ooh, that's not good. That's Remy Martin. He is the leading scorer in the Pac-12 Conference this season. 19 points per game. He is averaging just above, as he just leads barely over Peyton Pritchard by 0.1 in the scoring department this season, but Remy Martin just took a shot right there towards like the eye area, seemed to be, as we cut to another break in this game. Not good if he can't play for the rest of this game for the Sun Devils. Right now we're just on a TV timeout on the game at the moment. We'll take a look, scoreboard update for everybody in college basketball for tonight. I called the game. Iowa beat Ohio State in the first one I called earlier today, 85-76 the final. Arizona leading Oregon at home. Arizona leading Oregon State at home, 52-40 tonight. And USC, they need to get into the tournament with a big win against Colorado. 11-6 is the score. USC leads, and they tack on a jumper as well as, oh wow, Onyeka Okongwu is actually playing today. I heard that he wasn't, but he is actually suited up for this game as he is playing. He was the one who just made the jumper. USC leads Colorado 13-6. BYU, fast start against Santa Clara tonight. BYU leads 15-6. Gonzaga in action late tonight against San Francisco. Do I think that any team other than Oregon or Colorado and Arizona has a chance in the Pac-12 tournament? Probably not. But you honestly never know. Like last season, Oregon just came out of nowhere and won it. I don't expect it to happen. I feel like Oregon is most likely to win the Pac-12 tournament, but if Oregon's not able to win it, I would project Colorado to be the next one up. As far as the NCAA tournament, I'm not really too high on any of these Pac-12 teams to like make it deep in the NCAA tournament. This Oregon team is basically led by Peyton Pritchard. If they're able to get a solid, consistent 1-2 punch and a third one as well, with Peyton Pritchard has been solid all this season. If they're able to get consistency with Will Richardson and then also Chris Duarte, then this team will definitely be dangerous if they're able to get that consistency, but they've yet to find that spark this season. If any of these teams I had to guess which team would make it furthest in the tournament, I would go with Oregon out of all the Pac-12 teams competing in the tournament. A lot of the Pac-12 teams, if they make it in, I see them bounced early on, the first round in the tournament. Like USC, I see bounced in the first round. I also see Arizona not winning their first round matchup, as Arizona being most likely a 6 seed. 8-8 is the score. Oregon with the basketball. They have it at the left wing perimeter. Dribbling with the ball now into the hands of Addison Patterson. Patterson makes his move into the key, and he gets fouled. And we got 2 shots coming up by the Ducks at the free throw line. Thanks so much for the update, XFL Hype. Temple is up by 3 points. Awesome for the update, man. Oregon. Actually, it was before the shot they got fouled, so Kamani Lawrence picked up his second foul of the game for Arizona State. Inbounds to Oregon. Top of the key now, Oregon. Passes over to the left wing perimeter into the hands of Chandler Lawson. Lawson puts it in. Low post over to Richardson. Can't put up the jumper. Rebound by the Sun Devils. What's my Final Four predictions? Final Four looks like this right now. Kansas, Gonzaga, Dayton, and Maryland. That's my Final Four. So Kansas, Gonzaga, Dayton, and Maryland. Jumper, left elbow. Arizona State hits it for the 2-point shots. 10:50 left to go, and finally double-digit points. Yeah, pretty funny Kennan's putting out here. So both of the Oregon teams in action against both of the Arizona teams. Oregon against Arizona State, the one I'm calling, and Oregon State taking on Arizona. So the schedule, I feel like the schedule is kind of laid out that way because after this game, Oregon takes on Arizona in their next game on Saturday. So it's kind of interesting how the schedule is laid out. Whereas Arizona State, in their next game, they take on Oregon State. So it's interesting how they laid out that schedule. 10:40 left to go in the first half. The ball got poked out of bounds by the Sun Devils by number 10, Jalen House. Oregon will get the basketball back. 10:40 left to go in the first half. Tempo up by 5. Thanks so much for the update here, XFL Hype. Alright, Oregon with the ball. Pritchard has it right wing perimeter. Dribble drive. Now, did he push off? He puts up the jumper, and that was a clear push off with a right elbow by Peyton Pritchard as he commits the offensive foul, and that's a turnover by the Ducks. So ball goes back here to the Sun Devils. As we're approaching that 10-minute mark, Pritchard at the right elbow just working on number 10, Jalen House, and House right there took the charge as Pritchard went in with the elbow too hard. Hey, welcome in Triet here on the channel. Texas Longhorns are canceling here. Yep. Texas just zero chance of being a part of the tournament this season. Arizona State lobbing it over the top, and they jam it home with alley-oop, and they also get fouled as well. So the Sun Devils will go to the line and shoot the and one. This crowd being lit right here tonight in Tempe. They need a quality victory to get into the tournament. Right now they're borderline to get there to probably be in the play-in game for the third straight season in a row. And they got a massive alley-oop jam right there. Over the top, number 24. Jalen Graham, he was the one. Yep, Jalen Graham, the freshman from Phoenix, throws it down. I'm interested to see if this is it for Shaka Smart this season. Let's see if there's any, like, news about Shaka Smart. So, Oregon turns over the basketball off the inbound. Arizona State comes right back. They lay it up and in for two. 14-8 is the score. Ducks need to just cool it down with the basketball now. They only have 2 points off the fast break. They need to do something. Pass it over to the right wing perimeter. Oregon, free throw circle, makes their move inside. Swing with a hook right there, left elbow. They got it with Addison Patterson off the backboard for two. Yeah, Tripp putting out, you like Scottie Pippen's son. I hope he turns into Scottie Pippen. That would be awesome if he keeps on improving throughout his college career. But yeah, he's at Vanderbilt, but he keeps on getting better and better, like every single game. I only called one of their games this year, the one against Kentucky. Vanderbilt's got an interesting court. That court's just quite an eyesore to when I called that game. That's a jumper. That one's good for two by Arizona State. But maybe we'll see them progress in the tournament. I know that Aaron Nemsmith, he is done for the rest of the season, I believe, for Vanderbilt. As he was like averaging like 22 or so. As that was a massive loss. It always seems like Vanderbilt loses somebody big. Darius Garland last year, he only played 5 games and he got injured for the rest of the season. Missed 3-point shot by Oregon. Arizona State with a right baseline jumper. It gets blocked though and it goes out of bounds. Soaring up there for the block for the Oregon Ducks. I think that was Anthony Mathis in there who got the block, and Arizona State will get it back up by 6. Do I think San Diego State will stay with 0 losses? Yes, I do believe so until the tournament starts. I do believe that they can run the table throughout the rest of conference play. They only have a couple of games left. The Mountain West ends like a week or like 2 weeks actually before other conferences. They start out their conference championship at the end of February, I think. That shot no good in the key by Arizona State. Oregon takes a 3. It is deep from behind the parking lot right there. 26-footer. Draining down from the outside by Will Richardson. 16-13 the score. 8:20 left to go in the first half. Sun Devils with the basketball past the half-court logo. If you guys are new to the channel, feel free to hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button as well. Big thank you all who came out on the last stream with the Iowa game that ended against Ohio State a couple minutes ago. Right corner 3, Arizona State takes it off the mark. No good by Verge. Gets rebounded. Offensive rebound by Arizona State. Puts it at the left baseline. Low post here for the Sun Devils. Hook. Inside, lots of contact. No foul, though, as Jalen House goes down hard right there underneath the hoop. Oregon with the basketball. Dribble drive into lane. Puts it up and then 2 more. 16-15 now the score. Hey, what is up? Thanks so much, my man. A. Armstead. Always Zoe, brother. I appreciate it for stopping by once again. Man, oh man, dude. I thought the game would be much closer. If I had to predict it, I predicted that Iowa would win the game, but I thought it would have been much closer than that today. Jumper taken, Arizona State off the mark. Rebound by Oregon. 7:20 left to go before halftime. Hey, welcome back. Ant the Jet here. Do I think Kentucky will win the SEC tournament with ease? I'll say they'll win the SEC tournament, but I think some of those games will be really close. Maybe the final could go into overtime, depending on who they play. If they take on Auburn in the final, but I do like Kentucky to win it. But I feel like some of the games will be close there. Probably the semis and the finals. Right now we're just on breaking this one. 1-point game, everyone. 16-15 to score. 7 minutes left to go in the first half right now. Ooh, both of these teams struggling shooting from the floor. Arizona State leading this game, 35% they're shooting only from the court. Oregon shooting a low 27%. Just the struggle of Oregon on the road this season so far. Temple against UConn here. UConn stole the ball and scored. 2-point game, 9 seconds left. Thanks so much for the update, XFL Hype. Wow, what a game. 91-89 Temple with a lead tonight against UConn in the double overtime period. Okay, so just right now we're on break, everybody. Let's see what else we got going on. College basketball scoreboard update here. Arizona crushing Oregon State tonight, 61-43. In the other Pac-12 game, USC up early against Colorado, 22-11 is the score. BYU all over Santa Clara, 27-17. Oh, we got some dono hype on the channel once again. I appreciate it, Jack. Thank you so much for your generosity here on the channel. I appreciate it so much, Jack. You are the man, Jack. Thank you so much, my man. Yeah, A. Armstead putting out can't sleep on Auburn. It will not be easy. I do like Kentucky to take on Auburn in the SEC championship. The Big East for sure is heating up. These teams some of them look dangerous in the Big East. Creighton has turned a corner. Watch out for Providence. They have just come straight up out of nowhere. And they beat Georgetown yesterday. They won against Seton Hall over on Saturday. Man. Providence after a horrendous start in non-conference play. A loss against Charleston. Loss against Northwestern, the first, one of their first games of the season. Then a loss against Long Beach State by 1. Providence just heating up out of nowhere. Yes, that game is gone final. Thanks so much for the update, Tristan. Temple wins 93-89 over UConn in double overtime tonight. All right, 16-15 is the score. We got 7 minutes left to go. Thanks so much, guys, for the scoreboard updates. USC leading Colorado now 22-14. 1 point Arizona State lead at the moment here. They are playing for a spot in the NCAA tournament. According to ESPN's bracketology, the Sun Devils are barely in right now as a number 11 seed, as they've got a couple losses in there. The one at Washington State hits hard as they lost to them by 2 at Washington State, but they're coming off 5 straight victories in a row by Arizona State. A lot of them close games, though. A win by 4 against Washington. They beat UCLA single-handedly, 84-66. 1 by 2 against USC. Beat Stanford by 5. And 1 against California by 5 as well. We're back to action here. Arizona State takes the 3. This one, from the perimeter, they knock it down. It's a 4-point game. 6:30 left to go in the first half. Oregon with the basketball, top of the key. Over into the hands of Duarte. Swings it back wide out here to Richardson. Back over to the top to Duarte. Back over to Richardson, top of the key. Oregon with the basketball, moves it over left wing. Bounce pass, low post now. Spin move. Into the key with a jumper. That one rolls home. Up and in for 2 by the Ducks. Puts it to a 2-point game with 6 minutes left to go before halftime. Welcome back on. Peyton Griffin, thanks so much, bud, for stopping by again here. Oregon with the ball top of the key. Dribbling into the lane here. Remy Martin. Passing over to the left corner. Sun Devils with the basketball. Goes a little closer. Floater, left baseline, no good. And it gets ripped away in the rebound and here by Oregon. Ducks ball. They have it into the hands of Duarte. Duarte left wing. Lobs it over to the left elbow. The Pac-12 logo. Swings it back out. Right wing 3. Up in the air. Oregon off the mark. No good. Rebound by the Sun Devils. Chased down by Mickey Mitchell. Mitchell puts it now into the hands of Remy Martin. Number 1 scorer in the Pac-12. Just above of the number 2 scorer, Peyton Pritchard. This is going to be a battle tonight. The point guards in action. Pritchard and Martin. Martin now with the basketball for the Sun Devils. 5:20 left to go, 14 on the shot clock. Martin, bounce pass. Left wing perimeter for Arizona State, only shooting the ball at 36% from the floor, but holding Oregon to 29% right now. Sun Devils have it, 4 on the shot clock. Left wing, flings it back out to the right wing with 1. They got to get off a shot, did they? And no, they did not. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Took a dribble with no time left to go, and Mickey Mitchell flung up a 3-point shot when the clock was already down to 0. Hey, welcome in Christian Plays once again here, bud. Thanks so much for stopping by again. 19:15, 5 minutes remaining before halftime. Ducks with basketball. Welcome on Sportscaster. Dan56 and Sox are the best here over on Sportscaster. Oregon with the ball, left wing. Into the hands of Duarte. Dribbles top of the key, passes over to Pritchard. Pritchard now dribbles to the left wing of the perimeter. Pritchard more towards the top of the key now. Pritchard swings it back out to the top here. Richardson at the free throw circle. Ooh, almost lost control of it. Passes over to the right corner. Back over. Duarte has it. With the ball now, Chris Duarte. Deep from the top of the key. 4 on the shot clock. Nice pass. Left corner, Walker. Walker, left baseline dribble. Puts it up and puts it in off the backboard. Will it count, though? There's a foul before the shot. And the refs will say a push-off by C.J. Walker of Oregon, so the basket won't count. They take away the Ducks points, and it's still 19-17 to score. Arizona State will get the basketball right back. We're taking a look at this right now. Yeah, that was barely, just didn't go. They're taking a look at it at the scoring table for a moment here. Doesn't seem like Oregon. Actually, it was taking a look at the replay. I thought it was a foul at first. There's a lot of contact. No foul, though, called by the refs. So they said that it was a shot clock violation by the Ducks. So that's back-to-back shot clock violations, just to clarify that up. The thing about this is Oregon tried to get the ball off. They're taking a look at it right now on the clock to see if he released it. Walker, with any time left to go. It seemed like it was late. Yes, Triet putting out Eli Scott needs help. He puts out here. I haven't seen like a whole lot of like the WCC games this season, but as far as like it's basically Gonzaga and BYU. That is it. I think he's referring to Loyola Marymount, where he plays for, and that team's towards like the bottom part of that conference. 19-17 to score. 4:25 left to go in the first half. That shot did not count by the Ducks. Arizona State has it. Lob over the top, and a foul committed by Oregon, and the low post stops the clock with 4:23. Let's see here. How do you change your profile picture? There should be on YouTube Studio. There's something that you click on that allows you to change it. That should say Edit Profile Picture. That most likely will come up in a circle, and it gets you to do it. I'm more of a visual person, so type that, the question that you just asked me into, type that into a video on YouTube. I'm sure that somebody has a tutorial on how to do that for you, Christian Plays. Because I'm more of a visual person myself. I see and look at something before I do the action most of the time. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by on the first night here on the channel, XFL Hype, my man. Thank you so much for finding me. I appreciate it, bud. Anytime, feel free to come back on the channel and make sure to ring the notification bell so you know when I go live. Once again, Arizona State, they just missed the inbound right there. Got stolen away by Oregon. Oregon dribbled up the court. We get a foul. Stops the clock with 3:57. It's been a cold game shooting from the floor by both of these teams in this one so far. If anyone's new, make sure to hit the thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. Arizona State shooting 8 for 23, 35% so far. Oregon 7 for 24 at 29% so far in this game. The shot's just not going down so far in this first half here. And like Iowa just draining down shots left and right earlier today during the victory against Ohio State. I was even surprised about that. No C.J. Frederick. That Iowa team can score. That team can score like massive points for the Hawkeyes. Currently, we're just on break here. TV timeout. Leading scorer tonight is Rob Edwards, the Arizona State Sun Devils. He's got himself 8 points. Remy Martin so far, 3 points, the leading scorer this season. Only 1 3-point shot he has made so far. For Oregon, leading the way, 4 points. That is it. Shakur Houston, Peyton Pritchard has been held 1 for 4 from the floor, 2 points. He is basically the leader on this team. If Oregon wants to make a good, solid run in the tournament, it's got to be with Peyton Pritchard. And right now, he is being stopped by the Sun Devils defense in this game. And when Peyton Pritchard has trouble scoring, this team has had the worst of it so far this year, with Oregon struggling wise when Pritchard hasn't been able to put up a ton of points on the board, but usually is consistent most of the case there. So Arizona State barely in the tournament right now. Their best win, a 1-point win on a 22-point comeback against Arizona last month. They've won 5 straight games in a row, so they are a hot team right now in college basketball, trying to make a run for the tournament for the Sun Devils. So right now, we're just on break, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining in tonight. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to go through a scoreboard update for everyone and see what's going on right now. Arizona leading Oregon State 66-49. USC in a close one at Boulder, at Colorado, 26-25. USC leads by 1. BYU leading against Santa Clara, 32-21. Alright, so we're going to get right back into this game here, everybody. 2-point Arizona State lead. 3:57 left to go before halftime. The two leading scorers here, it's not been their day so far. Remy Martin leading the way for Arizona State this season, but he only has 3 points. Peyton Pritchard, the leading scorer for Oregon throughout the season, only has 2 points and 2 fouls so far. We're back to action. Sun Devils with the basketball. Remy Martin past the half-court logo, dribbles with it. Martin now to the right wing perimeter. Guarded by Pritchard. Passes back out on top now. Over to Verge. Verge moves towards the right corner. Swings it out to the left corner. That's a 3. Taken. It is up. It is good by the Sun Devils, and they're up by 5. 22-17 the score. 3.5 left to go before halftime. Oregon with the basketball here with Richardson. Richardson dribbles top of the key. Will Richardson passes off to Pritchard. Pritchard with the basketball, lobs it over to the free throw circle. Now into the hands of Lawson. Lawson back in his way, passes it over now into the lane. Dribble drive. Addison Patterson puts it up, and that one goes up and in off the backboard for 2. 3-point game. 3 minutes left to go in the first half before halftime. Arizona State with the ball now. Martin. Martin inside. Passes back over to the right corner. Edwards. Bounce pass back over to Martin. Martin takes a 3. He's got it. Remy Martin for the triple and back to a 6-point lead. 25-19. 2:45 left to go before halftime. Oregon with the basketball. Ducks have it. Top of the key into the hands of Duarte, dribbling towards the right. Over to Richardson, actually now. Richardson with the ball, dribbling towards the top of the key, moves it over into the hands of Walker. Walker now makes his move inside. Lots of contact. That's going to be an offensive foul. C.J. Walker just runs over number 00 of the Sun Devils, Mickey Mitchell, into the lane. And Mitchell takes the charge, and Arizona State will get the basketball right back over to them. So Oregon, once again, starting out cold on the road. Once again, nothing new this season for them as they got a 4-4 road record this year. 8 made shots. They have more turnovers than made shots so far. 9 turnovers in this game by the Ducks. Arizona State has at the top of the key into the hands of Alonzo Verge. Bounce pass over to Mitchell. Mitchell with the basketball, dribbling top of the key. Bounce pass. Back over to the top here to Edwards. Rob Edwards swings it back over to Verge. Verge now, right baseline dribble. Bounce pass into the key. They put up the shot and a lot of contact, but splits through the double team and they get it a fall for 2 by Romello White. 27-19, 8-point lead under 2 minutes left to go before halftime. 9 assists so far by the Sun Devils, only 3 by Oregon. Oregon with the basketball at the right wing. Richardson has it. Will Richardson at the free throw circle, hands off to Pritchard. Pritchard, top of the key off the screen, takes a 3, but it won't count anyway. He missed it either way, but Oregon gets charged with a pick and roll off the screen right there with a foul off the pick and roll. And it's going to go right back over to the Sun Devils with 1:44 left to go. Hey, thanks so much again, my man, for stopping by here, Anton. The time it is right now, 9:47 p.m., so it's 13 minutes to 10 o'clock at night, so I'm Eastern time where I am. Oh, man, it's 3 a.m. for him. Thank you so much for the dedication, my man, Anton. I appreciate it. We got a loyal following, like, out in the UK from a lot of our subscribers here on the channel. Thank you so much for the dedication, my man here. 3 a.m., and he is on the channel right now watching this game. Wow. 1:20 left to go. Arizona State takes the 3. It is up. No good. Hits the back iron to get the offensive rebound, though. They put it up and in. They get it off the backboard. Counts for 2 by Romello White. 10-point lead. Hey, there's my man John here on the channel. Make sure, guys, to check out Off the Wall Hockey if anybody's new to this stream as well. My best friend John on the channel right now as he is back Arizona State, they need to win on the road. They're desperate right now against a good quality opponent. And they're up by 10 points with 1:12 left to go before halftime. This team right here, they're looking at possibly the play-in game at the moment to be a part of the NCAA tournament, most likely an 11 or 12 seed for the NCAA tournament, with a record right now for Arizona State 17-8, 8-4 in the Pac-12. This win would go a long way to helping out their tournament hopes this season, though, for the Sun Devils. Right now, we're just on break. The surprising thing about this is Peyton Pritchard of Oregon, the leading scorer, averaging just above 19 per game this season, has been held at 2 points so far for the Ducks and has committed 2 fouls early on. Arizona State doing a great job eliminating him. The leading scorer right now is Rob Edwards with 11. So we have about a minute and 10 left to go before halftime. Scoreboard updates here. Arizona leading Oregon State 75-55 right now in that matchup between the Wildcats and the Beavers. USC leading Colorado 28-26. BYU leading Santa Clara 40-30. Gonzaga in late night action later on tonight as they take on San Francisco at home in Spokane. Hey, welcome in, I don't know anymore, over on Sportscaster. As well, he dropped by earlier. I just noticed he was on Sportscaster right now. Yes, indeed, John. This would be a huge win for Arizona State. Oregon is just struggling on the road this season. They're 4-4 with their road record. Talk about bad road losses. Well, Oregon already has them this season. A loss at Washington State. Like, I can't even remember the last time that Washington State was good at basketball. They lost by 11 at Washington State. Lost at Stanford by 10 points. And Stanford right now is on the wrong side of the bracket, just outside the March Madness bracket in the first 4 out, I believe. Oregon lost at Oregon State by 10, and then they lost at Colorado earlier this year. Colorado, though, is ranked right now in the top 25. I'm not really too high in these Pac-12 teams this year. I think this conference is way overrated to what people are ranking these teams in the brackets. I don't like a lot of these teams to go far in the tournaments. Maybe one of these teams will make it to the round of 32, but that's basically it. I'm not too high in this conference, not too high in any of the teams from the American as well. 15 seconds left to go before halftime. As Arizona State, so we're back to action. They just hit down the jumper inside. Oregon got the steal. They go up and in for 2, and it's 31-21. Oregon, right before the horn. Going inside once again. Oregon puts it up and in with 4 seconds left to go. And Arizona State will have the inbound. Arizona State here with the basketball. 4 seconds. Looking for a play here. Takes it. Left corner. Oh, they get it. 3-point shot. And they're going to end this one from behind the arc. It's 34-23 here at halftime. That's number 1, Remy Martin for the Sun Devils. And it is right now an 11-point game at halftime. 34-23 the score at halftime. Remy Martin, as time expires, takes a 3 and drills it down. Wow. So right now we're at halftime here, folks. Right before the buzzer. Hey, welcome in my man Alex here on the channel. Thanks so much for stopping by, bud. Yes, you are at the game, dude. Awesome, man, for you. He is so happy. I can imagine it, brother, because the win, sold-out game at Iowa. The crowd was crazy, I'm sure was lit. Evelyn had a great game for Iowa today. Indeed he did. Just came out, and this team just keeps on producing. I remember when you asked me that, like what Iowa needs to do to step it up. Well, they need players to step up, and they indeed did it for C.J. Frederick tonight. So right now we're at halftime. This game's getting out of hand, 34-23 at the half. And Arizona State, their leading scorer tonight, still Rob Edwards with 11. Remy Martin, though, he's got 6 off the 3-point shot right before the horn expired. So this would be a really good win tonight for Arizona State. Ranked top 25 opponent. They're 1-4 against the AP poll this year. They lost at Mohegan Sun 48-45 on a neutral court back in November against Virginia. Other losses they took on against teams that were ranked. They lost the first game against Arizona, got completely obliterated by them, 75-47. First shot they had against Oregon, Arizona State lost at Oregon, 78-69. And this is the second chance they got tonight at home against Oregon for the Sun Devils. Arizona State lost by 7 against Colorado. And then they won a 22-point comeback. They beat Arizona last month, 66-65, as Arizona blew a 22-point lead as the Sun Devils came back and won against their in-state rivals. So currently we're just at halftime in this one so far. Big thank you to everybody who's joined me on the channel tonight here. It's been awesome to be a part, calling play-by-play for everybody out there on the channel. It's been incredible. No problem, Alex. Thanks so much for stopping by, man. The Iowa Arena tonight must have for sure been lit during that game. I'm shocked right now. Peyton Pritchard only has 2 points at halftime, though. That is it he has got so far at halftime. 1 for 4 from the floor. Picked up 2 quick fouls. And when Pritchard can't produce, then it's rough going on for the Ducks. It is rough going on if he can't produce. And sometimes Will Richardson has kind of been like a seesaw this season. Chris Duarte, same thing. For Oregon, he has had some big games early back in conference play. I think one of them he dropped like 30 points in one of those games. But Peyton Pritchard dropped down 25 in the last game to win over Utah. Will Richardson had 18 points. But tonight, Pritchard is silent and Will Richardson with 5 points. And the leading scorer only has 6, and that's Addison Patterson from the bench. I appreciate my man. John here putting out, yeah, we're going to grow together, man, in the tournament. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be incredible here. Actually, we're at 1.2K right now because I checked right before the stream. Because I think it's like down. I think what you guys see on YouTube, I think it's like 20 less subs or so once I hit 1,000. I think we're at 1204, I think, right now. So 1,204, I believe. That's when I ended the stream. I haven't checked to see until I finish off this game what it's at until later tonight. But yeah, this is awesome, guys. We got 15 likes in the Pac-12 game, so I'm actually shocked right now. Pac-12 game, I haven't really got a lot of, like, good stats in the Pac-12 game as far as, like, a massive crowd because this conference isn't, like, massive basketball-wise compared to, like, an SEC or an ACC or so, like a Duke or a Kentucky stream. But yeah, this is still pretty good that we're able to get double-digit figures in here for people on the channel. Hey, welcome Bob back into the channel. Oregon, this is a big game, yes. Could Maryland get a 1 seed? I'm going to say right now it's going to be a 2 unless somebody loses right in front. Somebody could be prone to lose right in front. I would say most likely San Diego State. If they do slip up, it would be Maryland, the next team in my opinion, that would get a 1 seed. So if San Diego State does slip up, it would be Maryland. San Diego State is the most improved team, in my opinion, them and West Virginia, from last year to this season. I cannot believe it. San Diego State played in the Mountain West Final last year. I remember last season when they lost by 21 points at home to the Brown Bears right before New Year's. And that was basically the turning point of the San Diego State basketball program. They get a wake-up call losing at home by a team that flies over from the east side of Providence, beats them by 21 points. Brown got their first ever 20-win season last year, by the way, and they didn't even make the tournament because Yale owned the Ivy League last year. But San Diego State, that was a wake-up call, and ever since, this team has looked good. I really want to see what they can do against a legit defense, though. That's what I want to see them, because they haven't played a legit defense all this season for San Diego State. That is the thing there. That's the problem for San Diego State. They won games against Iowa, Creighton, and BYU back in conference play. Those are teams that have good offenses, but as far as defense, I mean, not the top tier defenses. So they haven't played anybody like a Florida State or somebody that has like a good solid defense. I would put up in there, like a Kansas or a Baylor, definitely, Maryland as well. It's a solid defense. Right now we're just on break. Ohio State has a solid defense too, according to league standards, but they got absolutely ripped today by Iowa here. Alex, huge Iowa fan, putting out. Describe what Iowa needs to get better at. I would say just defensively still. With Iowa is something to improve on. If they're able to tighten up defensively, Ohio State isn't known to score like a ton of points. Iowa can put up a lot of points on you, and they did it today with C.J. Frederick missing, and that was so encouraging to do. What a good bounce-back game at home there for Iowa. I would say just tighten up defensively still. It's a long road. They gave up 76 tonight against Ohio State, but man, the players were coming tonight here in the game and producing for Iowa. Everybody was there. Wieskamp had a massive dunk. Wieskamp had a massive dunk in the lane. This team could very well surprise people in the tournament. If they play like that, even though they're down players like they were today with a leading three-point shooter in the conference, watch out for Iowa. They put up a statement at home tonight against Ohio State. Hey, thanks so much, Kevin, for stopping by here once again, my man. He puts out, glad he could make it again. I appreciate it, bud, for being a part here once again. Sorry to hear that. Anything you need, man, just feel free to stay in touch if you need anything. Sorry to hear that. That was a rough night, bud. Popping in would help, indeed. Arizona State has played great so far in this game. They are desperate. They are one of the most desperate teams right now in college basketball that needs some good quality victories. North Carolina State did it last night. Providence has another chance to do it at Villanova on the weekends. And this Arizona State team is a desperate team. And they're looking for a big victory tonight against a good quality opponent. It's that time of season. And these teams in the bubble need those teams. And this is when we figure out the last 2-3 weeks of the season who is desperate and who just cracks under pressure that can't get a big victory. And Alabama cracked under pressure last night and lost against Texas A&M. Arkansas keeps on cracking under pressure. They will not make the tournament if they keep on playing like they are. Same as Mississippi State. They will not make the tournament if they keep on playing like they are. Let's see here. Hey, welcome into the channel, Chambo's Kicks. Thanks so much for finding my channel. It means a whole lot to me. What do I think about the Cavaliers' John Beilein firing? I was shocked that it's this early. I was shocked about that early. They couldn't give him a chance. They should have at least kept him a year. I am totally shocked about that. I mean, it's more of a team-wise thing. So much dysfunction going on in the team. You couldn't even keep him for since he was there since October, and that was it. Hey, thank you so much for the like, Bob Lawson. I appreciate it. Massive dunk for sure that Wieskamp had tonight, Alex. Gonzaga has a good team in their conference. Yes, BYU. And don't forget about St. Mary's, Ken. Looks like 3 teams from the WCC can make it in. St. Mary's most likely as an 11 seed. BYU is a 7. Watch out for BYU with the scheduling. The scheduling committee is going to have so many headaches with BYU because BYU cannot play on Sundays. It's against their religion for the school to play games on Sunday for BYU. So the tournament committee will only the tournament committee is going to have to schedule them in for the first round. So they'll have to be scheduled in for the Thursday game. And that means if they make it to the second round, they'll have to play on Saturday. And then once again, if they do make the Sweet 16, once again, they're going to have to be scheduled in on a Thursday and then on a Saturday for the Elite 8. So that's how that will work for BYU. So we know what days BYU will be playing on in the tournament. The only thing is, how will the scheduling committee, will that affect any teams or so, depending on the region they're in, and things like that. Kevin putting out his Duke by 16 pick wasn't so great. I was in the same boat as you. I had Duke by 11 winning that game, and I was totally shocked that they got crushed by 22. Literally, every single shot basically was falling down last night for NC State. It was a 3-ball fest. They were just lighting it up all over the place from behind the arc. Oh, Bob, you're saying possibly a donation from him. I appreciate it for your generosity. You guys have been awesome here on the channel tonight. Arizona State on a playing game possibly. I do have that, Bob, as a possibility. I think that'll be the 3rd year in a row that they'll get a playing game. I can see it happening though. Arizona State against Providence, that might be the playing game, and that would be one lit game for sure. Providence could very well actually make it into the tournament all itself and not even need a playing game. So that's how Providence is going right now. They've come out of nowhere and just have gone straight from no place to being a part of the tournament. How do the bids work? Okay, so every single conference, they have a conference tournament, and whoever wins the conference tournament gets an automatic bid into the NCAA tournaments. And then after that, it's basically all about at-large tournaments, and they base it off of like strength of schedule, quality of victories, and things like that, like the opponents that you played, if you had good wins, and if there were any bad losses. They determine it on like some scale that's called a net. It's a bunch of stuff, like a net ranking that they have, RPI scale as well. It's a ton of stuff that goes into it, same as victories, like quadrant 1, which is number 1 through 50, and then I think number 1 through 50 at home, number 1 through 75 on the road, I believe, for quad 1, and then they have like quad 2. There's like 353 teams in college basketball, so there's 4 quads. Quad 1 is the best. Quad 2 is medium high. Quad 3 is medium low, and then quad 4 is the worst category. What you don't want is any quad 4s. Any quad 4 losses, because that is called a bad loss, and that could hurt your chances in the tournament. Let's see. Yep, can't wait. Indeed, I don't know anymore to fill out my March Madness bracket. Well, Alabama making it into the tournament, NFL Nation is saying. Welcome back in, NFL Nation. I will say no. Right now, I will say no. They have a bad loss against Texas A&M yesterday, so that will hurt their chances a ton there for Alabama. Also hurts not only Alabama's chances, it hurts Rhode Island's chances to get in as well. Because Rhode Island beat Alabama at home by 14. Providence is helping out. Guess who? Rhode Island, though, because Providence keeps on winning. Rhode Island will play on Saturday, so that's how that goes. So it's kind of interesting how one team can affect another team. Like how Evansville affects Kentucky. Yes, Maryland has all good losses. They lost by 4. Yeah, they lost by 4, 52-48 against Seton Hall. They lost against Seton Hall, who I feel like could go really far as well. Providence has a deep chance to go deep in the Big East tournament, Bob is putting out. I do think so as well. I think Creighton has a good chance as well there. And Seton Hall looks good. Seton Hall is good, but the question is, did they heat up too early? That is the question. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on Seton Hall, because they kind of remind me of the New Orleans Saints. Everybody talks about Miles Powell for MVP, like back in January, kind of like Drew Brees, not last season, but the October before. Everybody talking about Drew Brees for MVP, and then the New Orleans Saints, they just heated up so fast, and that's kind of how Seton Hall reminds me of right now. I feel like they're able to make it to the Elite 8, but I feel like if Maryland was able to play them again, I think Maryland would have a great second crack at it to beat Seton Hall and make it to the Final Four. I don't know anymore. Made a bunch last season. Yeah, I think I only did one bracket last year, but I think the year before that I made out like 10 of them. So here we go. We're going to go back to action. Hey, welcome in Ethan MC Nolte. Yes, I'm doing well. Thanks so much for asking, bud. Doing really well tonight. Alex putting out here Wieskamp with his quote tonight. Quote, I was frustrated throughout the game. Shots weren't falling. I had to just keep reminding myself to help the team get their open shots. And that is the tweet. But he helped out the team big time, as he had a massive slam dunk. That they had multiple players in there helping out a lot tonight for Iowa. So 11-point lead right now by Arizona State. Who really impressed me once again tonight was Cordell Pemsel. He had a great game once again tonight for Iowa. If he keeps on shooting the ball like that, this team's going to be tough to stop. He has just come out of nowhere. If he can stay out of trouble for Cordell Pemsel, he's helping out the team with a bench production big time. So here we have it. Second half going to start. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the like, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, as I call play-by-play of basketball and behind the arc basketball on YouTube. Yes, Maryland did lose to Seton Hall by 4 points right before Thanksgiving. And Seton Hall did not have Mamu Kalashvili or Miles Powell, but I feel like Maryland now has just got better and better and better with Jalen Smith, Anthony Cowan, Wiggins, Ayala. This team looks much, much better than how they were at the beginning of the season. I would take Maryland in a rematch if they took on each other again right now. Just how Maryland is playing, they are on fire lately. We're back to action. Oregon, quick bucket, and they score for 2. It's a 9-point game. Arizona State open, 3 wide open, knocks it down. Wow, somebody forgot to cover Rob Edwards. 37-25, 12-point lead. Hey, welcome back in, Vaughn. He is back right now. Rob Edwards with 14 tonight for the Sun Devils. They pass it down on the top for Oregon. Top of the key, puts the ball into the hands of Pritchard. He only got 2 points. Pritchard takes a 3. He is off again. Gets rebound by the Sun Devils. Arizona State with the basketball. Takes it past the half-court logo. They have it now at the top of the key into the hands of Remy Martin, doing a great job limiting Pritchard tonight. Arizona State 8-1 this season when leading at halftime. Swings over left corner. Edwards dribbling now, working on Pritchard. Passes back out to the left wing to Martin. Martin tried to get away from Richardson, but Martin last touched it. A hard-fought ball goes out of bounds, and it goes right back over to Oregon. Let's see here on the chat. Yep, 3 just a moment ago. Jungle Boy putting it in here. Oregon with the basketball, right wing. Dribble drive inside Richardson. Swings it back out to the left corner. A 3 taken. They got it. Some points here on the board. That is Duarte, who hits down the triple for the Ducks. It's a 9-point lead here by the Sun Devils. Past half court, Remy Martin with the basketball. Martin swings it back out to Mitchell. Mitchell back over top here to Martin. Martin with the ball, 18.5 left to go. Martin dribbles towards the left wing of the perimeter. Takes a 3. This one's up. No good. Back iron ball tipped up around and rebounded by Romello White. Keeps it in there. Over to Mitchell. Bounce pass over to White. Back in his way. Low post hook. Romello White. No good. Off the back iron. Rebound Oregon. Ducks with the ball. 18-10 left to go. They're down by 9. Oregon. Left wing perimeter. Duarte. Passes over to Pritchard. Pritchard passes right corner Richardson. Right baseline dribble. Richardson back over to Pritchard here with 16 on the shot clock. 18 left to go. Pritchard dribbling now. Top of the key. Swings it back out to Richardson. Richardson bounce pass to the right baseline for Oregon. Back in their way. Low post Ducks. Bounce pass. Leaves it up. Lots of contact. They put it up and in off the backboard. It counts for 2. 7-point game here, folks, and a good one right now if Oregon can come back quite a bit. 17:40 left to go. Sun Devils basketball. Let's see here. Kevin putting out. Is it all right if he puts his Instagram tag in here? For sure, man. Definitely do it, my man. Thanks so much for asking. He doesn't know if there's any advertising rules. No problem. Thanks so much for asking here. But yeah, any help, feel free possible. I appreciate a whole ton. Thank you so much, Kevin. As Arizona State takes a 3, and Rob Edwards, he is money. Right corner drills it down. 10-point game. 40-30 to score. Edwards with 17 for the Sun Devils. Leading scorer tonight, Pritchard. With the basketball for the Ducks. He has the top of the key, moves it over right corner. Justin with the basketball, dribbles free throw circle, hands it off now. Richardson takes a 3. This one's up. He has got it. Will Richardson from behind the arc. It's a 7-point game, other 17 remaining. Yes, indeed. Feel free, guys. Join the Discord as well. Check it out as we just started out a Discord yesterday. Sun Devils inside the key and a lot of contact. An Oregon foul. And it stops the clock now with 16:46 left to go. And Arizona State will go to the line to shoot 2. Kevin putting in here when I was talking about Seton Hall a couple minutes ago. The first person who he's heard Sandro's last name pronounced correct, he puts out here. It's quite a tough one or so with Mamu Kalashvili. A lot of people just call him Mamu. Some people call him Sandro. Sometime I forget that Mamu Kalashvili is his last name. So a couple of times when they called Seton Hall against Villanova a few weeks ago, I just called him Kalashvili. Alright, Kamani Lawrence at the free throw line. First shot. No good. Hit the back iron and miss by the Sun Devils. It's only 50% at the line this year. Vaughn is using the ESPN app, but for some reason it ain't letting him work right now. And he does have ESPN on cable. That's odd, dude. That's odd why it's doing that. This game is over on the ESPN app for sure. They put this one because I am streaming right now over on the ESPN app. And we are going through right now. Second shot good at the line by the Sun Devils. 41-33. Oregon with the basketball. Am I doing Iowa, Michigan State on Tuesday? I believe so. I believe so, Alex. Because I believe Kentucky takes on Texas A&M. That's the other game, but Texas A&M's kind of... I want to give like other teams a chance too. Texas A&M's kind of been rough this season. Even though they just beat Alabama, I feel like that could probably be a blowout, whereas Iowa-Michigan State looks like the better game. Oregon missed a shot in the key. Arizona State gets it. They throw it down right there for the two-handed jam by Romello White. Back to 10. 16 minutes left to go, and right now in this game. And Arizona State's up by 10 points. White with 6. 8 rebounds as well by Romello. Oregon passes. Low post, puts up the jumper. Banks it home off the backboard. That one's up and good for 2. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate it, bud. Awesome is Instagram at KPSN2020. All about sports. Huge Pitt and Duke fan. Awesome, my man. Thank you so much for sharing and spreading out the word. It means a whole lot to me. Oregon inside. Just denied Arizona State, so the Ducks with the basketball passing. Left corner perimeter. A lot of contact, and the ball goes out of bounds. And this stops the clock with 15:33 left to go. So a timeout here in the court. If anybody's new, make sure to hit the like, the thumbs up down below, hit the subscribe button, as well as I call play-by-play of basketball and Behind the Arc basketball on YouTube. I do believe tomorrow I should be back for play-by-play. Tomorrow ESPN has over to NBA, so I've been doing college here for like a long time, for like the past 8 days, I believe. The last NBA game was like 8 nights ago, I think. So tomorrow night will be the NBA, since there's not really any college games on tomorrow, or the one with Dayton versus Duquesne is a game I can't get because I think it's on pay-per-view. So ESPN is over tomorrow. Nuggets versus Thunder at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Let's see what else we have. College basketball scores, since we're on a break at the moment. I'll take a look at that right now. Arizona gets the victory. They crushed Oregon State tonight, 89-63. So Arizona teams versus Oregon teams tonight is already 1-0. The game I called earlier before this, Iowa beat Ohio State 85-76. Luka Garza finishes off with 24. Just a great overall team effort there tonight by Iowa. USC down against Colorado now. Colorado leading 36-34. And BYU in a close one against Santa Clara, 44-40. BYU projected, according to CBS by Jerry Palm, to play in a 10-7 matchup as a 7 seed versus Rhode Island in the first round. So that's right now a couple of games going on in college basketball tonight. Ken putting out he joins at 9 or more if he joins. So it looks like you're going to be joining tomorrow at 9, most likely, I'm getting, from what he put there. He also put back in the chat there that he was taking a break from typing for like half an hour, and he is back, so welcome back again, Ken. Oh, that's what you... Okay, so what game do I do next? I put there... I actually did not see that until now, but I just put there for you. Nuggets versus Thunder tomorrow at 8. That would be a really good game for sure, Kevin. BYU against Rhode Island. Rhode Island's a good perimeter three-point guarding team. BYU is the best team in three-point shots in the nation. So that would be a great matchup between those two teams. And URI's point guard is just so fast. I bought tickets for myself. I'm going to the final weekend game for URI. Not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. They take on St. Louis. Massive matchup. St. Louis probably going to be in the NIT for the Billikens, but I don't want them to take them lightly. St. Louis is a good team. It's just a lot of good teams this season in the A-10. Berryman, and his name is Jackson here for Ken's name. So he's confusing me. I thought it was Kenneth Berryman, but it's Jackson, I guess. Final Four predictions. Okay, I'm going to go Final Four, Kansas, Gonzaga, Dayton, and Maryland for the Final Four. Maryland's coming on strong. They look hot right now. It would be a good matchup to see Maryland, Kentucky if they take on each other in the Elite 8. That would be a good matchup. 43-35 to score. Oregon with the basketball. They're trailing by 8 with 15-20 left to go in the second half. And the foul on the court. So Oregon got the inbound. Foul come in the reach in by number 2, Rob Edwards. So Oregon will inbound once again. Oh, wow. Thanks so much for the update. I was hearing about that. The Miracle on Ice 40 years ago to yesterday. Thanks so much for the update. I don't know anymore. I actually went to that arena 2 years ago. I went to the Lake Placid Olympic Arena for 1932 and 1980 with the Miracle on Ice Arena. I stayed overnight in Lake Placid. I think we stayed there for like 2 nights. in Lake Placid. Did all saw all the Olympic sites. It was freezing cold though. We went up in April. It was like 20 degrees out in an ice storm on April 17th, like mid-April of 2018. Arizona State gets the rebound off the missed Oregon shot. They take a jumper. It is up. It is good for 2 by the Sun Devils. 10-point game. Hey, welcome in, my man Alex here on the channel. Thanks so much for stopping by here, bud, from the DMV Sportsnet. Oregon with the ball. They have it inside the low post, back in their way. Puts up the hook shot. This one hits the front rim, rolls to the back, and it goes into the net for 2. 8-point game, 14.5 left remaining. Arizona State with the basketball into the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell swings it back out to the left wing. Edwards dribbles now left baseline with the ball. Sun Devils have it. Lobs it now to the left baseline here from Mickey Mitchell. Puts it now into the hands of Romello White. White inside, but gets the ball taken away. Steal by Oregon. Oregon with numbers on transition. Takes a 3 left corner off the mark. No good. They get the offensive rebound. Takes another 3. This one right wing off the mark. They miss it again with Richardson. They get a third rebound. Puts it back into the hands of Richardson. Bounce pass with 14 minutes left to go. Back in their way. Thought about doing the turnaround. Swings it back outside to Pritchard. Pritchard not having a great game tonight. He needs some more points. Peyton Pritchard, right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Pritchard. Dribble drive, right baseline Pritchard here. Low post, and that'll be a travel in the key by Peyton Pritchard. And rare turnover by number 3 at Oregon in this game. And the ball goes right back over to the Sun Devils. And Dana Altman does not like that one. Does not like that call right now. Peyton Pritchard just being limited in this game. Leading scorer this season for Oregon, averaging about 19 per game. He's only got himself 2 points so far. 1 for 6 from the floor, and picks up his third foul as well, so in quite a bit of foul trouble. 45-37 the score. Sun Devils ball with 13:45 left to go. Past the top of the key. A lot of Caps fans in New Jersey for sure here. Wow, Capitals lost in overtime. And now Alex Ovechkin at 699 right now. He's still yet to hit 700. Oh, man. I remember last week. I remember the stream that John did last week. They flexed it over to the Capitals game on the NBCSN because they were waiting for him to get 700 and still hasn't got it a week later. That shot good at the free throw circle. Good for the Sun Devils. 10-point game. Oregon gets the ball back. Dribble drive and get a foul. Stops the clock. 13:18 left to go. Yeah, so if you guys are hockey fans in here and haven't ever gone to Lake Placid, I would highly recommend it to take a trip up to Lake Placid, New York. I think it's totally free too, where it's like not a lot of money to go into the Lake Placid, like all the exhibits there for like the Lake Placid Winter Olympics Museum of 1980 and 1932, because I went 2 years ago and it was an absolute blast. It was getting there. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and it took us like a 3-hour drive to go from Lake George to Lake Placid on like a snowstorm day. It was crazy. First shot, good at the free throw line by Oregon. Second shot is good as well, 47-39. Does Oregon live or die by Pritchard? Good question here. I say yes. It's Pritchard carries this team on the back. Chris Walt, thanks so much for stopping by. As Arizona State puts up the shot, that one's up and good for 2. They have the ball into the hands of Pritchard. But tonight, they are down, and he's only got 2 points so far in this one. Left baseline, shot fake. Oregon puts it up off the back iron, gets the offensive rebound. They need a lot of production there from other players. Duarte takes a 3 off the mark. See, he's clear, wide open. Duarte misses offensive rebounds. They put it in and put it up, and Arizona State commits the foul, so Oregon will go back to the line with 12:42. But yeah, this is my concern. Peyton Pritchard has been carrying this team for Oregon throughout the season. That's been the problem here, and sometimes it's just the consistency. That's been the problem with the other 2 scorers that have been pulling their way throughout the season. Chris Duarte and Will Richardson, but the consistency hasn't been there. Some of the games they've been able to go off. Some of the games they struggled, and tonight Arizona State limiting off big time. Yeah, so big oof for Pritchard in tonight's game here. He was coming into this one averaging 19.3 points per game, 19.3 points per game, and right now he's got himself only 2 points at the moment in this one. 49-40. Sun Devils with the basketball. They have it at the left wing of the perimeter into the hands of Verge. Verge, by the way, 6th man off the bench for the Sun Devils. Hits the jumper. It's good. Alonzo Verge playing off the bench this season. He is averaging about 14 per game. Verge has got himself 15 per game. Plays from the bench. 51-40 now the score. Hey, welcome in, Alex here. Thanks so much, bud, for stopping by once again. Pritchard takes the three. It is up. No good. Off the mark. Pritchard misses it. Offensive rebound to Oregon. Has it. Low post. Back in their way. Puts it up. No good. Okoro misses it. They go in for the jam. Then we get a foul right before that as the slam putback won't count. And it stops the clock with 11:59 remaining. Rough night going on tonight here for Oregon. If Peyton Pritchard has an off night, this team is trailing. And once again, another road struggle for the Ducks. And this one down by 11. Hey, welcome on Sportscaster, my man Sam. Thanks so much, brother, for stopping by. I appreciate it right now. Stoppage in time with 11:59 left to go. Oregon only shooting low, 39% from the floor. Arizona State, 49% so far. Sun Devils draining down 7 3-pointers. Oregon, 4 for 19. This is a team from behind the arc that has done pretty well this season. And whenever I called a game of theirs, they've struggled. They've struggled whenever I called Oregon shooting 3-point shots. It seems like whenever I'm not there, they drain down the 3-point shots. But they're tied for first in the Pac-12 in 3-point shooting percentage. Yet they did not show up tonight, shooting the ball 4 for 19 from behind the arc. Thanks so much, my man Alex from the DMV Sportsnet, for dropping by on the channel, brother. And have a nice night as well, my man. Thank you so much for stopping by. So right now we're just on break. Ken here with a joke time he puts out. Right now, what word is spelled incorrectly in the dictionary? I have no clue, bud. I don't know why they would spell something incorrect. Ooh, rough night for the Miami Heat. Sorry to hear that. I don't know anymore. Let's see. I haven't taken a look at NBA in quite a while tonight. Yeah, Bucks crushed the Pistons tonight, 126-106. Oh, big oof there. Big oof as the Miami Heat lost the Atlanta Hawks, 129-114 in the final tonight. We got 11:59 left to go. Welcome to the channel, Nathan Tesfu. Thanks so much for stopping by and finding my channel right now. I call it play-by-play of college basketball, March Madness Tournament, NBA here in Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Hey, thanks so much, my man John from Off the Wall Hockey, joining in here on the stream. Been a long night. And I'll see you, my man, and other channels here. And before you know it, it's going to be March Madness here. And cannot wait to call some games with the joint streams for March Madness. Should be an awesome time that we're going to have calling the game. So thank you so much, brother. And I'll see you here later on the channel. Awesome, awesome guys tonight. It's the Behind the Arc basketball curse. It seems like whenever I call an Oregon game, it seems like they struggle from 3, and once again tonight, they are struggling big time from 3-point land. So right now, we're just on break. 11:59 remaining. 51-40 is the score. Chris putting out, every time he watches my streams, Oregon comes back with a miraculous victory. Yeah, they beat Arizona. The game against Colorado was a weird one. That one, where they were like up and down like a seesaw, and then Colorado came out and just completely just could not score anything. They went frozen for like a solid, I think 5-6 minutes in that one. First shot no good at the free throw line, as that was Oregon. They missed the free throw. Second shot coming up at the line here by Francis Okoro's shot, and it's good. 10-point game at the moment. 51-41. Thank you so much, Nathan Tesfu, with a sub. I appreciate it, my man, for finding my channel. 51-41. Sun Devils with the basketball, right corner perimeter. Passing over to the right wing into the hands now of Mitchell. Mitchell with the basketball. Swings it back now on top into the hands of Remy Martin. Martin now with the ball. 11:40 left to go. 10-point game. Arizona State has it. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell shot fake. Dribble drive right baseline, and he loses control of the basketball. Goes out of bounds. Turnover by the Sun Devils with 11:34 on the clock. Ball goes back to Oregon. Yep, Gonzaga plays tonight, Vaughn. Late night game they have for 11 p.m. Eastern time. They have it at the left corner, passing back on top. Walker takes a 3, no good. Offensive rebound, though, by the Ducks. They pass it back to Okoro inside with a lot of contact, and we got a foul here. And there'll be 2 coming up at the line once again for the Ducks. 51-41 with 11:19 left to go. Let's see, Trey Young becomes the youngest player to put up 50 points in the game tonight against Miami. Wow. That is insane there. Is able to put up 50. Best player in the NBA right now, I would go Giannis there, Nathan Tesfu. I would go Giannis, and then right after that, I would go Luka Doncic. right now. And LeBron is definitely up in that top 5. Yeah, I would put LeBron number 3. There's so many good ones, though. But Giannis, in my opinion, is the best right now. First shot, no good at the line, and Oregon misses their second one. So now it's a miss, hits the back iron, rebound by Arizona State Sun Devils with the basketball. Do I like Stephen A. Smith? Yes, Vaughn. He is a million times better than Max Kellerman. They have it at the right wing perimeter. Top of the key now, dribbling with Remy Martin. Martin, look at the pass. It swings over left baseline. Mitchell puts up the shot, hits the side of the backboard. No good. Rebound, Oregon. Oregon down by 10 with the basketball. Okoro puts it now into the hands of Pritchard. Pritchard, left wing, dribble drive inside to the hole. Peyton Pritchard puts it up and in, and finally he adds in some more points by Pritchard. 51-43, 10:45 left to go. Sun Devils, half court traps it up. They pass it. Pritchard now with 6. 2 for 8 from the floor. Lob. Over the top, low post, Romello White puts it up and in. Banks it home off the backboard. It's a 10-point game with 10.5 left remaining. Pritchard with the ball. Top of the key now. Peyton Pritchard guarded. Top of the key by Remy Martin. Dribbles towards the left wing of the perimeter for Pritchard. Pritchard will hand this basketball right back out. They dribble now at the right elbow. Oh, ball taken, stolen away by Arizona State. One man to beat here. Going to the hole, it's Verge. Verge puts it up, and he gets fouled hard. And Alonzo Verge will go to the free throw line and shoot 2 for the Sun Devils with 10:09 left to go. So currently we're just on this break. We'll get right back going in a moment here in this one. A lot of contacts, so Verge will shoot 2 at the line. 77% shooter. Incorrectly is the answer to Ken's joke here. And Vaughn's got the ESPN app on his TV. Awesome. Let's see here. Top point guard in the NBA. Ooh, I would go right now. I'm liking Dame Time. Dame Time's done awesome lately. I would go with Damian Lillard right now. First shot good at the free throw line. Arizona State hits it. 10:09 left to go. Second shot coming up here at the line. Arizona State misses. Rebound by the Ducks by number 13, Chandler Lawson. Passes up ahead of the pack. Richardson with the basketball halfway through the second half with 10 minutes remaining. They pass it back out to the top of the key. Best player in the Pac-12. Ooh. I would go Peyton Pritchard, but right now he is being limited. He takes a deep 3, and no good. Misses by Pritchard. And it's a defensive rebound by Arizona State. Sun Devils with the basketball. There's 3 players, though, that could be top first round draft picks from Arizona, all going in round number 1. Nico Mannion, Josh Green, and also Zeke Naji. But all 3 of those are freshmen. Right corner 3 by Oregon as they get the rebound back. They take it, they miss it. They're stone cold right now. This was not their night from the outside. 54-43 the score. Arizona State with the ball. Dribbling to the right corner perimeter. Verge with the basketball. Alonzo Verge with the ball now. Top of the key, guarded by Richardson. Bounce pass. Over to Lawrence. Lawrence hands this one off. Back over to Verge. 9 minutes remaining. 10 on the shot clock. Verge dribbling inside the lane. Puts it up. Oh, what a block by Oregon. Here goes the Ducks. Pritchard in transition. Passes over to Richardson. Richardson into the lane. The shot gets blocked, but to get a little bit of help and lay it up and in for 2 by Duarte. Puts it now to a 9-point game. 54-45 the score, everyone. 8:50 left remaining. Arizona State with the basketball. 20 on the shot clock. They got it at the top of the key. Into the hands of Alonzo Verge. Swings it over to the right wing. Back over to Jalen House. Back over to Verge. And now they dribble inside. Ooh, lose control of it. Oregon with a steal. Oregon now with the basketball. Past half court. Swings it back to the left wing perimeter. Takes a 3. Nails it. Oh, we got a game. We get a game right now. Oregon with a triple from the outside. And this one ain't over yet. As Bobby Hurley takes a timeout. Will Richardson hits it down from behind the arc, and it's a 6-point game with 8.5 left to go. Do not spam the chat right now, guys. Do not be spamming the chat right now. 54-48 is the score at the moment. I'm going to have to ask you guys to stop because we can't be putting things 6 or 7 times here in the chat with the same thing. Let's see what we got. Ryan putting out, he did a Pistons rebuild. Had the starting 5, Nico Mannion, Josh Green, Obi Toppin, Giannis, and Mitchell Robinson for the Pistons. How about I sing and dance? No, because if I sing it gets a copyright strike, and I mean, it's late, man. This is a sports channel. Sports play-by-play channel. What a three-point shot they just hit. Who goes deeper in the tournament? Oregon men or women? I will go woman there, Chris Wap. I'm really not too high in the Pac-12, like any of the teams making it far in the tournament. It's all about the matchup, basically. I think one of the brackets had Vermont against Oregon. Ooh. It all depends on the region there. If Oregon plays that game in Albany against Vermont, that's a Vermont win, since Vermont isn't too far from Albany. If Vermont goes all the way over to Oregon's region, takes them on the West Coast, then I would see it's an Oregon win. So it's all about the matchups. Also, the region can play a role in it as well. But I feel like Vermont could be a team that could pull off a first-round upset. East Tennessee State is definitely a team that can pull off a first-round upset. Stephen F. Austin is another one. Yale could be another team as well. Let's see here. Welcome to the channel, Marcos. Thanks so much for stopping by and finding my channel. It means a whole lot to me. So, do I think Oregon completes a comeback in this one? I will say no to that. I had predicted Arizona State in this game. Arizona State looking good at home. Oregon has struggled on the road this season. So I feel like Arizona State's one of the most desperate teams right now in college basketball. They don't really have any great quality victories. The only one they do have is the 1-point win by Arizona that they came from behind and beat them at home by they came from behind by 22 and beat them by 1 point against Arizona. But right now they're borderline to make the tournament as a play-in game or an 11 seed most likely. They are desperate to win, and I feel like Arizona State's going to get it tonight. Sun Devils with the basketball, 8:25 left to go. They need to pass it past the half court. They get a half-court trap set up for Oregon here. Dangerous, dangerous. Arizona State passing. Still yet to pass the half court. Ooh, and that is a half-court violation, it is. Or no, is that a timeout? 8:18 left to go on the clock. Let's see what we got here. Once they change sides, and it will be a half-court violation by Arizona State. They did not pass it in time. So Oregon will get back the basketball in their front court here with a 6-point deficit. In this one, the Ducks are down. They pass it over to Richardson. Oregon put on the full-court press that time, and it worked. They have it at the left wing perimeter. Ducks pass it over to Pritchard. Pritchard now with the basketball. Lobs it over to the free throw circle. Swings it back outside to Pritchard. Pritchard. Right wing perimeter. 8 minutes left to go. Pritchard dribbling. Top of the key. Swings it back to the right wing. Back over to Pritchard. Deep three from the logo. It is up. Oh, it is good. He is warming up right now. Peyton Pritchard. Massive three. A 27-footer from the outside at the right wing. Arizona State up by 3. 8-zip run, last 2.5 minutes by Oregon. Sun Devils here with the basketball. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the like, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, as I call play-by-play and behind the arc basketball on YouTube. Sun Devils, one of the most desperate teams in all of college basketball. They take a three. It is up. No good. Hits the front rim and looks like they have gone stone cold. Rebound Oregon. Ducks with the ball. Pritchard. Top of the key now for Peyton Pritchard as he is guarded by Mitchell. Pritchard working on Mitchell. Dribble drive. Into the lane at the free throw circle. Passes back out. Duarte. Shot fake. Making his move. Inside for Oregon. Left hand. Duarte banks it up and in off the backboard. Look at this, folks. It's a 1-point game here. And an incredible matchup right now. 54-53. Oregon very well alive with 7:16 left to go. This is an entirely new game here, folks. Let's see. Vaughn putting out that I should have my own sports center he puts out here on the channel. Those Ivy League teams, XFL Hype, putting out always scary. Yep, it was Princeton who beat Kentucky, I think, back in the 2010s. Cornell, I feel like, won a game in the tournament back in the 2010s. Harvard with Jeremy Lin was back in the 2010s. And then Yale took on a close game against LSU last season. Right now we're on break, everybody. 7:16 left to go. Massive lead by Arizona is just evaporated. Wow. We'll see what happens now. This is an entirely different game here, entirely different game right now. So Colorado leading USC 60-50. USC also desperate on the road, but looking like they're going to be falling apart and might not make the tournament. Santa Clara tied up with BYU right now, 57 apiece. Hey, no problem, Nathan. Thanks so much for stopping by the way. No problem with that. It's your first time on the channel, so You didn't realize about that, but no problem. Yes, I did hear about that, Alex. Redskins released former Pro Bowl tight end Jordan Reed. It's just, he hasn't played, like, full seasons, like, the past, like, few years or so for Jordan Reed. It's just, he hasn't been able to make it through a full season. So Redskins released them, saving $8.5 million 2020 salary cap space there. So they're going to be in need of a tight end for the draft. And looks like Detroit's set to release Damon Harrison on their team, according to Alex. So right now we're just on break. 1-point game. This has just come out of nowhere. And Peyton Pritchard with a massive 3-point shot a couple minutes ago. He went from having 2 points to now 12 points. Wow. So, getting him going is the big thing. And if they can't get him going, like, early on in this game, they were down. And now they have a chance. They have a legitimate chance to pull this one off. As, Arizona State only has two scores tonight here. Verge with 16 off the bench. And then 19 points tonight by Rob Edwards of Arizona State. Nathan here, Ducks fan. Thank you guys so much for finding my channel tonight. All the new people. You guys have been awesome here. I call play-by-play different types of teams of college basketball, March Madness Tournament, NBA. So make sure you hit the thumbs up down below if you like, and hit the subscribe button as well. Also, ring the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when I do go live. Also, 54-53, the massive lead that Arizona State had, well, it's evaporated. 10 points here in the second half by Peyton Pritchard. Dropped down 29 against Arizona State back on January 11th. Free throw at the line. Oregon, Duarte hits it. This game is tied up, everyone, at 54. Arizona State on the inbound. Oregon commits the foul. Quick foul, though. Wait, 1 second. Is it going to be switched? Oh, it's going to be changed. Arizona State commits the foul, the refs say. As they met up there to talk about Mickey Mitchell was the one. And Bobby Hurley cannot believe that. Bobby Hurley cannot believe that. Ooh, bodies colliding there. I don't agree with that. So it's Mickey Mitchell who committed the foul, just trying to go for the basketball on the pass. So Oregon back at the free throw line as the foul is on Arizona State. So Oregon has a chance to take the lead here in this free throw. 1-1 in the bonus. Duarte, no good off the mark. Rebound here by Mickey Mitchell. Arizona State with the ball. They take it past the half-court logo. 7 minutes remaining. Remy Martin with the ball now at the right wing perimeter. Hands this one off. Top of the key. Moves it over to Verge. Verge now with the basketball for Arizona State. Verge, dribble drive. With a right hand, hooks it up, and he gets fouled with a contact and 2 shots coming up at the line by the Sun Devils with 6:57 remaining in the tie. Game up at 54. Alex putting here, do the NFL Combine. I'm focusing on the basketball channel right now because this is what I'm monetized on. I don't have enough subscribers to be monetized on the football channel. So I will not be doing football stuff for a very long time. Arizona State. Low post, puts it up, and that one gets denied. Oregon with a block. Here goes the Ducks with the basketball. Pritchard, right wing. Almost lost it, put it back to Walker, back over to Pritchard, dribble drive, couldn't complete the layup though as he got behind the defender just a little bit too high off the backboard. Rebound Arizona State, tie game still. 6:30 left to go, Sun Devils with the basketball, passing back to the top here to Edwards. Edwards moves it over to the left into the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell passes over to Rob Edwards. Swings it around the right wing of the perimeter, over to Verge. Verge with the basketball, top of the key, working on Pritchard, makes his move into the lane, reverse hand, it goes. Alonzo Verge banks it up and in off the backboard for 2 by the Sun Devils. It counts, and he'll go to the free throw line as well and shoot 1. With 6:11 left to go here as there was a foul underneath the basket as Verge completed the shot. Yeah, hard foul by Duarte as Verge went down hard right underneath the basket. Let's see here. XFL hype put in an ESPN giving Oregon 50.4% chance to win. That was a couple minutes ago when the game was tied up at 54. That shot is good at the line. It's a 3-point game. Sun Devils lead it. 6 minutes remain. Hey, welcome in Gavin, the Hammer 35 over on Sportscaster. Thanks so much for stopping by, bud. Alonzo Verge right now, 19 points. Oregon with the ball. Richardson at the free throw circle. Passes back to the top here to Pritchard. Pritchard now on the ball at the right wing of the perimeter. 5:50 remaining. 10 on the shot clock. Pritchard drives inside. Takes the jumper. No good. Air ball. Offensive rebound by Oregon. Swings it back to the left corner. Takes a 3. That one's no good off the mark. Pritchard trying to chase it, puts it, but it gets taken away by Arizona State. Arizona State with the basketball, moves it over left wing, catch and shoot a three. It is good. Money. Rob Edwards from behind the arc. It's back now to a 6-point lead for the Sun Devils. 22 tonight by Rob Edwards. 5 for 9 from behind the arc with 5.5 left to go. Oregon with the basketball. We get a foul on the clock here. I think number 11, Alonzo Verge, reached in and committed the foul. Stops the clock with 5:25. Hey, welcome in, Weston Bolin. Thanks so much for stopping by here once again. He played NBA and he is 25-2. Awesome record, man. Awesome record he's got right now. Keep up the good work, man. Oh, wow. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet, Alex, but it looks like the Lions are in rumors right now to possibly go for Kyle Van Noy. That is a crusher there for the Patriots. Ooh. First shot, Richardson hits it at the free throw line, 5-point game. Second shot, Richardson, off the mark, no good. Hits the back iron, rebounds by the Sun Devils. White got the rebounds, puts it into the hands now of Verge. Verge with the basketball. Pass to half court, logo pass over to Martin. Martin now with the ball for the Sun Devils with 5:10 left to go. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the like, hit the sub, as I call play-by-play here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. They have it at the left wing perimeter. Verge with 5 minutes left to go. Sun Devils up by 5 at home. Alonzo Verge with it. Double team traps it up. He dribbles now to the free throw circle. Splits that. Inside. Puts up the floater. Lots of contact. No good. No foul. Rebound by the Ducks by Patterson. Addison Patterson puts it now into the hands of Pritchard. Pritchard now with the basketball. Takes it past the half court. Look, 4:45 left to go in the 5-point game. Oregon with the ball trailing. They got it at the top of the key with Pritchard. 15 on the shot clock here and a good one tonight. Swings it out to Richardson. Over now, it's number 5, Duarte with the ball. Dribbling free throw circle. Back out to Pritchard. 4 in the shot clock. Takes the 3. It's up. It is money. Peyton Pritchard from the parking lot hits it right there with a 25-footer. And this game is a 2-point game. What a game here tonight. Make sure I hit the like. Thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe here as I call play-by-play on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Tomorrow night's schedule. I do plan to be back tomorrow night for Nuggets versus Thunder. That's the ESPN game, so that's the game I'm able to get. So tomorrow I do plan to be back for some NBA at 8 p.m. Eastern for the only one for tomorrow night. Looks like Ken's request has been granted there as he got put in the timeout, which I don't know why you would want to get put in chat timeout right now, especially in an exciting game like this at the moment. Weston here, he puts out, he thinks Oregon will win this one, 67-66. That will be a game for sure. If Oregon does win by 1. I've called a couple of these Oregon games, and they have always seemed to come back, and they are in that position right now. Scoreboard update, Colorado leading USC 67-61. USC looking like they're on the wrong side of the bubble if they keep on trailing in this game. Close one. Ooh, BYU against Santa Clara. Santa Clara, by the way, just tied it up. Tie game 66 right now with 5:36 left to go. If you're new on the channel, make sure, feel free to let me know down in the chat below who you are rooting for in this game tonight. If you're an Oregon Duck fan, if you're new, if you're an Arizona State Sun Devil fan, let me know down in the chat below. I call play-by-play of different college basketball teams on the channel here. If you're new, make sure to hit the like, thumbs up down below, hit the subscribe button as well. Play-by-play for college basketball, the March Madness tournament, and the NBA. Patrick putting out here. This game got really close. Yes, for sure. He had Arizona State winning it, but he wants Oregon to win either, though. But massive game between these two teams. If I had to predict this one, I would go with Arizona State. They're on a hot streak right now, but I feel like they're really desperate right now in the bubble. But if they need a quality victory and they could squeak past one, they were up by 6 and now they're only down by 2. They were blowing them out, or they were up by double digits early on in the first half. Vaughn here, let's see what you got. Watching this game on Spanish on TV, ESPN3, because the ESPN app, and you can't watch ESPN3 on that ESPN app on this tablet. That's weird why they won't let you watch it tonight. It's very weird. A lot of ESPN streams are for free, so actually this is how I'm able to access it tonight here from the ESPN app. So I am watching it, by the way, what you are doing, Vaughn. I'm watching it through the Spanish version tonight because ESPN usually post up most of their content on the internet for live streams, and they got this one tonight. Thanks so much for the update. Houston leading Golden State 6-4 right now. 60-58, 4.5 left remaining in this one at the moment. NBA All-Star 420 Yuppa. Thanks so much for stopping by again. His friend Seth, huge fan. Wondering if I could DM him on Instagram for his birthday, but he was too shy to ask. I actually do not have Instagram. I actually don't. So 420 left to go. 2-point game, Sun Devils with the basketball left wing perimeter. I'm not really like a huge like person into like social media or so. It's always because I'm like always working or so. I don't really have time to be like online that much. Like I work a full-time job and then I come home and stream games usually. So I never usually find myself on the internet. 4:07 left to go. Peyton Pritchard just picked up his 4th foul of the game. So he's in foul trouble right now. Pritchard with 4. Iowa won earlier today. So Iowa beat Ohio State earlier today. 4 minutes left to go. Sun Devils basketball. They got it at the top of the key into the hands of number 2, Rob Edwards. Edwards with the ball now. Dribble drive into the lane. He goes right baseline. He puts it up. Banks it home off the backboard for 2 by Edwards. They're up by 4. 3:45 left to go. Season high he ties tonight for Rob Edwards with 24. We saw season highs and career highs yesterday with NC State and the Wolfpack in that game with Markel Johnson dropping down 28. Oh, a steal. Arizona State with a steal now by Mitchell. Mitchell passes over. They pass it over left corner. Open 3. Verge. No good. Air ball. Offensive rebound. They get it back to Martin. Remy Martin dribbles outside. Took a 3 and got blocked right there out of bounds by Duarte. It goes out of bounds with 3:24. What's my job? I work at a radio station as a production director Monday to Friday. It's a full-time job I work at. I do all the commercial production, like all the audio work, all like voiceover work there for stuff, audio mixing and music mixing, and a lot of commercial stuff. So it's a radio. I work in radio production is my job at the radio station. Arizona State, bad pass in the key, and the ball goes out of bounds. Turnover by the Sun Devils with 3:07 on the clock. So Oregon will get the basketball right back. Remy Martin with his 3rd turnover tonight. Ducks with the ball now. They dribble past the half-court logo. Peyton Pritchard in foul trouble. He's got 4 fouls. Thanks so much for stopping by, Jelly Bean. Welcome to the channel right now. Oregon with the ball, low post, gets poked out of bounds. The refs will say last touched out of bounds by Oregon, they say. It's out by Oregon, so Arizona State will get it right back. If you're new to the channel, make sure hit the like, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe. I call play-by-play basketball and behind the arc basketball on YouTube. Full court pass right ahead of the pack, and Arizona State almost had a reach for it to jam it down, but the ball gets poked out of bounds from behind by the Ducks, so Arizona State will inbound it in the front court with 2:55 left to go. We got back-to-back-to-back balls going out of bounds here in the last 3 possessions. Sun Devils to inbounds, bounce pass right corner. Moves it out to the top of the key into the hands of Verge. Verge now with the basketball for the Sun Devils. 2:45 left to go. Pass inside, deflected, but it goes right back over to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it back in the key, banks it up and in for the backboard right there for 2 more by Arizona State. 64-58 to score right now. Oregon with the ball with 2.5 left to go. Low post puts it up too high off the backboard. Rebound Arizona State. Here goes back to Sun Devils. Pass up the court. 1 man to beat. Verge lays it up and in with a left hand. He is on fire right now. Alonzo off the bench with 21 for Arizona State. A quick 3. Oregon takes it. Oregon makes it by Pritchard from behind the arc with 2:20 left to go. And it's a 5-point game here, folks. 66-61 with a timeout on the court. Pritchard silenced the crowd right there with a fast transition. Just drills down a 3 just like that. So let's see. Scoreboard update for you guys. Leading scores of this game right now. Peyton Pritchard with 18. And he is doing it with 4 fouls at the moment. Leading score for Arizona State. 24 points by Rob Edwards. 21 by Alonzo Verge tonight. He is averaging 14. And playing from the bench. He could be the 6th man of college basketball this season, it looks like, for Alonzo Verge Jr., the junior from Chicago, Illinois. He has got 21 tonight in this game, 9 for 20 from the floor, and he just hit a big reverse-handed layup a couple moments ago. 5-point game here. Timeout on the court with 2:20 left to go. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure hit the thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe here as I call play-by-play of basketball and behind the arc basketball on YouTube. A good one tonight right now indeed. on the scoreboard. Let's see what we got college basketball scores here. For tonight, Colorado, 1:30 left to go, leading USC 69-66. It's the score of that game. BYU leading Santa Clara, 3.5 remaining, 72-66. 18 for Pritchard. Yes, that is true, Kevin. He had 2 points for a while. He had 2 points throughout like the first 25 minutes or so in the game. He goes from 2 to 18 just like that. 4 for 10 from behind the arc. He only has 1 assist tonight. Remy Martin, as we take a look at the point guard comparison, has 6 points and 4 assists. So this is the matchup tonight. Martin versus Pritchard for this matchup. Let's see here. Vaughn pointing out in the Olympics, if the Olympics hosted in London, that'll be easier for me to watch the Olympics. He puts out there. Well, I guess. So we got 2:15 left remaining. Nathan putting out here about the Ducks signing 5-star quarterback Beetlejuice. Search it up. It is crazy. Let's see. Only Ducks scoring right now. Yes, with Pritchard. Only Ducks scoring right now is we did have an inbound. Pritchard is he's still in the court right now. Yeah. Oh no. We did have an inbound by Arizona State, and Pritchard, ooh, he just reached in on Verge. That is his 5th. So that is indeed his 5th foul of the game. Arizona State was taking it past the half-court logo. Pritchard is out of the game. So he just fouled out as he reached in, and he picks up his 5th. So he is done. Ouch. That's a big, big ouch for Oregon right now in the final 2:15. 2:15 left to go. Foul number 7 tonight by Oregon, so Arizona State will shoot in the bonus at the line. Arizona State's committed 8 fouls here in the second half. So 1-1 bonus coming up at the free throw line for the Sun Devils. First shot. This one's up. No good. Verge misses. Rebound now by Oregon. Ducks with the basketball. They take it past the half-court logo with Richardson. Will Richardson puts it now into the ball, into the hands of Mathis. Mathis, top of the key. Makes his move free throw circle. Mathis going inside, working on Mitchell. Oh, he loses control of the basketball. Arizona State has it right back. Oh, they cough it up at half-court. Oregon with a steal. Going on break here. Going into lane, and we got a foul right before. What happened here? Is it backcourt? They call it backcourt on Arizona State or what? Or it was back-to-back steals. 1:58 left to go. Let's see what happened on the replay. Arizona State took it. Ooh. That appeared to be a reach-in right there by Oregon by, yeah, it was. It was a reach-in by Patterson. So Addison Patterson committed the reach, and Oregon still played, even though the whistle sounded. First shot good at the free throw line as the Sun Devils earn the bonus. That one's good. 67-61. 1:58 remaining here. Arizona State shooting his second one is Alonzo Verge at the free throw line with 22 points tonight. Verge with his second. It's no good off the back iron. Rebounds Oregon. Arizona State struggling at the free throw line at number 10 in the conference in scoring this season. Also, at the bottom shooting percentage with free throws at 69% this season. No good on the free three-point shot by Oregon, but we get a foul on the rebound. It's a Sun Devil foul, so Oregon will go to the free throw line with 1:46 left remaining. 6-point game. 6-point game here, folks. If anybody's new here out on the channel, make sure hit the like, the thumbs up down below, hit the subscribe button as well, as I call Play-by-Play Basketball. Behind the Arc Basketball is the channel name on YouTube. It's college basketball, NBA, and the March Madness tournament all on the channel. Oregon at the line. First shot, juiced in. And the 1-and-1, he misses. No good. Feel free. Join me back tomorrow. I believe I'll be calling some NBA tomorrow, as it's the ESPN games, Nuggets versus Thunder at 8. Arizona State gets the rebound. Ugly, ugly night at the free throw line. Oregon 7 for 14, 5 for 11 by Arizona State at the free throw line as well. Yes, and indeed, guys, check out Ryan's post here with a link over on Discord. Check it out. The Discord link if you guys enjoy the stream as well. Arizona State, the shot goes up deep too. They hit it down for another good shot. 69-61. Remy Martin has got 8 right now. Oregon low post, and that shot gets blocked, and it's going the other way. Arizona State with the basketball, and they got fouled with 1:10. 1:10 left to go. Sun Devils will go to the free throw line to shoot in the bonus once again right now, as this court is hyped up indeed. They needed a quality victory, and they are 1 minute and 10 seconds away from getting one tonight for ASU. It's 3:56 a.m. in London. Yes, thank you so much. The person who was watching the stream today out in London, a big thank you out to you as well. And a big thank you out to Jack Merriman with a tip as well. I appreciate it here if he is on the channel still. Big generous donation once again he did on the channel earlier today. First shot good at the free throw line by the Sun Devils. 70-61 is the score. Second shot coming up, and that one is good as well. It's a 10-point Sun Devil lead right now. As that shot's good by Martin. Oregon with the basketball. Richardson burst the speed. Reverse-handed layup missed. Rebound by Arizona State, and we get a foul. Stops the clock with 1:05. So 1:05 left to go. Hey, welcome in, Chris S. Thanks so much for stopping by here. We're just a little bit behind, so we're like 30 seconds behind here on the channel. So if you do see that the score's a 2-point difference here, just don't forget, no spoilers in the chat. No problem, man, about it. As the first shot's good at the free throw line by Oregon, but we're streaming through a program through OBS that it is about like a 30-second delay from the computer I'm streaming from over to the YouTube channel. Second shot coming up at the line right now by Richardson. He's got 10, looking for 11. He indeed got it. So it's an 8-point game once again. Hey, welcome in. 1 second to go. 11:58 out in the Philippines. As we welcome 1 second to go out on the channel right now. Thanks so much for finding my channel. 71-63, Romello White picked up the foul as he's got 4 right now tonight for the Sun Devils. Peyton Pritchard has fouled out. He's on the bench with 5. Inbound coming up for Arizona State. They put the ball. Dribble past the half-court logo now. They have it at the free throw circle, moving around the perimeter. To the right wing, trying to avoid Oregon. Oregon yet to foul. 56 seconds left to go. They do. Foul by the Ducks. Stops the clock with 56 seconds remaining. And a 71-63 lead right now by the Sun Devils, trying to close it out at home. One more like away from 25. Big thank you here to everybody on the stream tonight that made it possible. You guys were all the MVPs on the channel here. If you're new, make sure to hit the thumbs up before you sign off. First shot is good, by the way, at the free throw line for ASU. Puts it back to 9. Also, hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the content down below. Join the Discord there with a link that Ryan posted as well. I do plan to be back tomorrow for action. It's going to be NBA tomorrow night since that's over on ESPN. And that shot's good as well at the free throw line by the Sun Devils. 50 seconds remaining. Oregon with the basketball. Deep 2 jumper. They got it. Will Richardson hits it. It's back to 8. 50 seconds remaining. And a timeout here on the court right now. As we will not stand for that on the channel. We will not stand for that on the channel. 73-65 the score. Assuming Arizona State doesn't choke, what seed do they get? Probably an 11 seed. Say an 11 seed, they'll most likely get the play-in game. Welcome in, Ryan C. Thanks so much for stopping by. Very well uncalled for. Very well uncalled for because, he enjoyed the content, he said he subscribed, and then 45 minutes later comes back and does that. That is embarrassing. Like, you don't do that on a channel here. We're trying to be professional here on the channel, man. So, that is not needed. 73-65 the score. 45 seconds left to go. Arizona State with the basketball up by 8. They pass it over to the right wing of the perimeter. And we get a foul in the court. Will Richardson fouls Arizona State. That was number 1, Remy Martin. So Martin will go to the free throw line. That's not the first time that's happened in a week. Actually, 8 days. It happened eight nights ago. It was terrible, that stream I did. Bucks versus Pacers. People were awful. People were so mean to me. People were trashing me in that stream. That was god-awful. First shot. It's up and through by Arizona State. 74-65 the score. If you don't have anything good to say, well, don't come back to the stream here. I call play-by-play for basketball sports community only. We talk about sports here on the channel. 40 seconds left to go in this one tonight. Coming up at the free throw line. Second shot here by the Sun Devils. Trying to make it to double-digit lead again. And no, they miss it. Rebound by Oregon. 9-point game, 35 seconds left to go. They dribble past the half-court logo now. Ducks with it, and I don't know why Arizona State committed the foul. What are they doing? They just got called with a reach in by Verge. Why? They're up by 9 points. Up by 9 points right now with 35 seconds left to go, and they commit the reach in. So, foul shots coming up here at the line by Oregon. Thank you guys so much for stopping by on the channel. If you're new, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, as well as I called play-by-play in the channel. First shot, good. At the free throw line right now. Second shot coming up here at the free throw line. This one is good by Richardson. It was Iowa. Iowa won the Ohio State game today, by the way, tonight. 30 seconds left remaining. We're going to foul on the court by Oregon, so Arizona State will go to the line once again. 7-point game, final 30 seconds. Thanks so much, Kevin. I appreciate it. This season indeed has been crazy. It's an insane season. 28 seconds remaining here. Oregon gets the rebound as Arizona State missed their free throws in the double bonus. Oregon puts it up with 24 on the clock. Oh, this is interesting. 74-69. Did Arizona State commit a foul too? Yes, they did. Why foul? Oh my goodness, they're just asking to lose right now. They committed a reach-in with like 38 seconds left to go. They commit a foul by Mickey Mitchell right there in the key with 23 seconds left to go. And here's Richardson, who is 5 for 6 tonight, 84% at the free throw line this season. He's got it. Interesting. It's a 4-point game here. Not over just yet. Arizona State inbounds. They do get it off. 20 seconds. Half-court trap set up. They got to get past it. They do. Arizona State with the basketball. Bounce pass. Left baseline. Running away from the pack. Jamming it down right there with nobody in the backdoor cut as everybody was in the backcourt. And slamming it down for the exclamation point is Verge. 6-point game. Oregon. Low post. Puts it up. 6 seconds left to go. They get it up and in for 2. Arizona State calls a timeout. 2 timeouts remaining by the Sun Devils right now. Actually, they got 1 second. They got the inbound, and Oregon commits the foul before the timeout. So it's going to be a free throws coming up by Arizona State. 76-72 the score. So Arizona State will go to the line. Double bonus. Hey, welcome in Miami Canes all day. Thanks so much for stopping by once again here. He has been working all night getting on his OBS ready for his first stream tomorrow. Good luck, bud, with your stream tomorrow. Remy Martin at the line. Perfect 2 for 2 tonight here. Sun Devils, first shot. Good. Hits it. It's a 5-point lead here for ASU. Northern Iowa flashbacks. Crazy to Northern Iowa back in 2010 where they beat Kansas. And Kansas was the number 1 seed ever. Number 1 overall seed in the tournament that season. That is sad that somebody just comes into the Discord and uses that. 5-point game, missed shot at the line by Arizona State. Oregon loses control of the basketball, and that is over. Quality victory tonight here. Quality victory for the Sun Devils in this one. This game has gone final here, folks. And a good one tonight. Arizona State up by double digits throughout the first part of the game. Oregon had a monster comeback. Peyton Pritchard, though, had a great game until he fouled out and picked up his 5th one as Peyton Pritchard stormed from having 2 points to 18 tonight. Richardson with 18, Duarte with 10. But Arizona State leading the way. What a game tonight by Rob Edwards. Rob Edwards, 24 points. He got 24. Alonzo Verge with 26. And that is the game here tonight on the channel. Big thank you out to everyone who joined me tonight here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, as we keep this channel growing on the platform here. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Ryan C., for finding my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for finding my stream. It means a whole lot to me. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate it for another nice night with you, my man. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your night as well. Awesome. And he'll be here tomorrow night. And Vaughn, thanks so much for stopping by. Same as Patrick and my man Ryan holding down the fort tonight. The Blue Wrenches tonight. You guys were awesome holding down the fort once again here, stopping the nonsense if it ever happened, which unfortunately uncalled for did tonight. And thank you so much, Miami Canes, all day for being a part once again, and good luck to your streams as well. This game has gone final. Sun Devils winning by 5. Much massive victory for Arizona State in this one as far as their bubble chances for the NCAA tournament. Oregon, by the way, with a losing record at on the road this season. They are 4-5 in the road games this season for the Ducks, and Arizona State at home improving right now with their record to 11-2 and a 6-game winning streak right now for the Sun Devils. This one has gone final. ASU 77, Oregon 72, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Thank you so much for finding my channel here, XFL Hype, my man. I appreciate it. First day on the channel, you joined me for both of my streams tonight. Awesome, man. Definitely a sub he puts in. Happy to help out on the road to 2K. Awesome, my man. I appreciate it, brother, for finding my channel here. Gonna sign off. Thank you guys so much. Before I sign off, make sure I hit the thumbs up. Hit the big red subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And hit the notification bell if you enjoy the content as well. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody.